1969 was an odd year for music. It saw the debut albums of Led Zeppelin and King Crimson. Woodstock happened. Fortunate Son and Gimme Shelter captured the chaos of that year. The Who's Tommy brought the rock opera into the mainstream, and Captain Beefheart's Trout Mask replica introduced music unlike anything anyone had ever heard before. In May of that year alone, Neil Young released his iconic 7-song LP, Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere, and Crosby, Stills and Nash, a group Young would later join, released their self-titled album. At the same time, that year's top 3 singles were upbeat: Sugar Sugar by the Archies, Aquarius and Let the Sun Shine In by the Fifth Dimension, and I Can't Get Next to You by the Temptations. In case you haven't gotten the picture, 1969 was quite a diverse year for music, and unlike anything else I've mentioned so far, is In the Year 2525 by Denny Zager and Rick Evans. Zager and Evans were a folk trio from Lincoln, Nebraska. There's not much information on them, but Zager is the skinny-looking one, Evans is the one who does most of the vocals on the song. Anyways, In the Year 2525 opens with a title drop, followed by the lyrics, If man is still alive, if woman can survive, they may find. The song speeds up as the guitar and drums kick in, and the lyrics inform that with each passing millennium and 10 years, technology increasingly replaces human activity. By 3535, people take thought-injecting pills, and by 4545, teeth and eyes are no longer necessary. The song changes key as it gets to the year 7510. During that year and 8510, God judges humanity. By the time the song gets to 9595, it once again changes key, and it informs us that man has, quote, taken everything this good earth can give, and he ain't put back nothing, end quote. By the year 10,000, humanity is extinct. Despite its normal sound, coupled with unique lyrics, neither of which really blended into 1969 musically, 2525 spent 6 weeks on number 1 at the Billboard Top 40, as well as going to first place in the UK. So, why was it so popular? Well, to start, over the 50s and 60s, science fiction had become increasingly mainstream. The 50s films Destination Moon, The Day the Earth Stood Still, Them, Forbidden Planet, and Invasion of the Body Snatchers, even today, stand out as iconic films of the early Cold War. Sci-fi was considered a cult thing for a long time, but Planet of the Apes and 2001: A Space Odyssey, both released in 1968 and now considered classics, established it as a serious genre. And of course, there was the space race, a competition between the United States and the Soviet Union, spanning from the late 50s to the late 60s, to see who could get to the moon first. Decades later, In the Year 2525 has not been forgotten. The 60s hit was parodied in the 2010 Futurama episode, The Late Philip J. Fry, which provided an almost as absurd future. Yeah, absurd is a word I would use to describe the song 2525, but once upon a time, it resonated with people.